to the next session in our wonderful OKR forum. I hope you are having a fabulous time until now. We're now coming to a session that I've been looking forward to all afternoon, and it's the Lion's Den. And it's the Lion's Den specifically for some OKR software. Now, you probably know when you're working in the OKR industry that there's different tools out there. Some people like to use an Excel. Some people like to use more sophisticated tools. There's a lot of different possibilities out there. And some are great, a lot of them are useful. And we thought it would be very fair to give some of these software providers a place in our forum. And why not do it in a little bit of a fun, funky way? And that is in a Lion's Den format. So what we're going to do, we're going to have 3 software providers actually pitch their software to you in a time slot of 4 minutes only. And then we'll just see if there are any questions from you as the audience as well about it. And we hope that in this way you can kind of broaden your horizon on the OKR software out there, maybe get curious to see what is available. We're going to start today with our first software provider. And I would like to welcome on stage for that Johannes Muller, who is the founder and CEO of WorkPath.
Thank you very much, Melanie.
Yes,
I think
welcome.
you need to enable screen sharing for me still.
Okay, so let me just check with the technical team if they can do that for us in the meantime.
Now it looks good.
Okay, great. And funny quick thing to say is that Johannes and I know each other actually also from the first OKR forum, so it's nice to see a familiar face. So Johannes, take it away. You have 4 minutes. I'm putting the timer on right now.
You can see the slide. Everything works?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then thank you very much, Melanie. So I'm going to start this very short pitch with saying I think it's not about OKRs. Let me briefly share how we look at this space and how we think about technology in that space. I think it's easy for us working with OKRs and helping organizations to master OKRs just to think it is about OKRs and making OKRs work, but it's actually not, right? It's about this. It's about helping companies to achieve their most important goals. And if you're very honest, the executives, the managers who ultimately sponsor the OKR programs, they want to see how this helps them achieving their goals, their strategies, their business numbers. And again, that's what matters to make an OKR process work. And I think the second big reason for us why it's not about OKRs actually, as OKR is such a big trend between and behind different OKR tools, you have all kinds of things. You don't really know what it is about. So for us, it has always been important to be clear what is WorkPath all about, and when we use technology to make OKRs, to make strategy execution work, how do we do that? And we do that through what we call outcome management. Outcome management is our philosophy, how we with our customers make OKRs work, but it's broader than just looking at a goal-setting methodology that you want to make work. The vision, the outcome management vision, is all about imagine all your meetings, projects, tasks, resources, metrics, they're all connected to outcomes. So outcome centricity for us is the core of what we're bringing to our customer organizations. And OKRs, we think, is a great methodology, but I think that's important to understand for a start. Not all tools, not all technologies focus on that. So why is that a challenge? I think if you look at this, in a large organization, you know what this is, right? It's a scattered landscape of different prioritization processes where you prioritize and plan for resource input, or where you measure business impact, your KPIs, where you manage your work output, your project management tools, but they don't play very well together. And we think what's missing is a simple workflow that helps you planning and monitoring, working towards the most important outcomes, customer value you want to achieve. And let all of those processes play together. Input, output, business impact around short-term outcomes. And that's what you do with our platform. Yeah, that's one example how we visualize those networks of outcomes. This is not an org chart. It shows you how different outcomes in the organization connect with each other, from business impact that's driven by short-term outcomes, that ultimately is driven by output, by initiatives. That's one thing you can manage and organize and visualize with our platform. Then we have a drafting module where we also work with artificial intelligence to be a bit more smart around the quality of planning. So making sure you really know when you define your outcomes, who's the customer, who's the value, what's the aspired future state. And that's always something you can try out on our website, how we use AI to draft better OKRs in the end. And next week, there's also a webinar my co-founder and I will be doing if you want to dive a little bit deeper into what we do there with technology. And looking at the time, I think that's already the last slide. Something that we are particularly proud of is that we can actually prove working with us, making OKR processes work with WorkPath has a business impact. We analyzed around 3,000 teams over 3 years, more than 40,000 goals. And you can see that different kind of planning and collaboration behaviors lead to, on average, 25 to 35% higher goal achievement. That's the real business impact, and that's how we work with customers. So that's all right. It's a short slot. Would be happy to connect afterwards. You can find me on LinkedIn, of course. Also can just shoot me an email, and that's it for now. And back to Melanie.
Okay, thank you so much, Johannes. Do you have time for one quick question before you go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have one question here from Anthony. Executives want to achieve goals, and teams need clarity with alignment to achieve outcomes. How can OKR software show the difference between lagging indicators for goals and the leading indicators from learnings through OKRs, all in one dashboard? Big question, short answer, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I just briefly skipped back to that picture, right? I think one part of the solution is bringing all back into one place, because there are tools and processes already where you manage output, where you manage lagging indicators, your traditional business KPIs, and where you manage then at one point your outcomes. And you need to make sure people understand, like, by having them next to each other, this is a difference, right? And probably easily switch from one level to the next one. That's what we're trying to bring there. It's like you pull your impact, your business impact KPIs, your lagging indicators from other financial management systems, for example. You manage your outcomes in WorkPath, where you can use the drafting module to have a really high quality when you're planning. And then you can use our integrations, for example, into Jira or Azure DevOps or other project management tools to have the output. And then the tool gives you some feedback on it. But ultimately, I think it's about quality in the planning and integrations to bring all of those different artifacts in one place, in one dashboard.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Johannes. Your time is up, but appreciate that you were able to come. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And then we'll move on to the next software provider. And then we have Victor here for that, Victor Grekov from Allboard. Victor, I'm excited to hear a little bit more from you, especially I know because you do a lot with Jira as well.
Hi.
Hi, Victor. Where are you calling from? Is that from Ukraine, is he?
No, currently I'm in Düsseldorf in Germany.
Okay.
So our team is spread between 3 locations, currently Ukraine, Germany and Israel. And right now I'm in Germany.
Yep. Okay, great. So, because of time, I'm going to start the timer. So if you can put your slide deck on, we'll wait for that.
Yeah. Can you see my
Yeah, I can see
screen?
Your screen. So your time is starting right now, 4 minutes.
Good. So my name is Victor. I'm CEO and co-founder at Allboard. And today I would like you to present the set of tools which can help you to align strategy and execution in one place and help you to remove the pain from OKR adoption. At Allboard, we provide to our customers at this point of time 3 plugins. Plugin for Jira, for Confluence, and plugin for Salesforce. And by the end of this quarter, we would like to launch our web application, which will be a bridge between the teams who is spread by different ecosystems. For example, like sales team is working in Salesforce, but engineering team is working in Jira, and our web application will help us to bring them together in one place and track OKRs in one place. Let me tell you about the main value we would like to deliver to our customers. We are trying to be seamlessly embedded into the workplace, where our users spend most of their time. And for example, if you track on daily basis a lot of your issues in Jira, and we would like to bring OKRs into this system, so you can easily focus on the Jira issues, which is aligned with your strategic goals, versus focusing your attention on Jira issues, which is related to operational stuff. So in OKR board, you can easily break down your company yearly goals into the department quarter goals, and then key results, and associate your main initiatives you would like to deliver, aiming to achieve your goals with the key results. By doing this, you can achieve the main point. You can achieve the best focus on delivering things which is aligned with your strategic goals, as I said before. But also you can achieve some kind of automation in tracking progress of your execution. So, for example, if you link in Epic to your objective or key result, we will automatically track the progress of the execution of the strategy based on the subtasks of this Epic, or if it has no subtasks, based on the Jira resolution status. Your team members can be easily focus on what matters and where they are with the strategy execution on the homepage. Simply understand the completion rate of their personal OKRs or their team OKRs in the specific cycle. And executive team will be able to track executive summary report and also follow the percentage of completion of your strategy execution on one simple screen. We also have a lot of features like roadmap tool inside. You can embed these reports into the Confluence pages. You can utilize JQL search, etc., etc. At this point of time, we're serving more than 800 paid customers, and big part of these customers are large enterprises like Panasonic, Best Buy, Pfizer, etc. Some of this story you can read on our website. Yeah, and at the end, I would like you to say that all the people who is interested in our application can enjoy and welcome to subscribe on our wait list of our web application, and can get additional bonus with one OKR quarter cycle for free.
Okay, and that's it, Victor. Sorry, those were the 4 minutes. I have to be very strict today. Thank you so much for pitching.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to actually do a Q&A for you in the next software provider at the end of this slot, because that's a little bit better, because Johannes had to leave earlier. We did it already for him. So we'll see you back on stage in a bit. Thank you very much.
See you.
Okay, great. So we had already 2 software providers pitch. Now we have Chris, and Chris is the CEO of Inspire Software. And Chris, I'd love to welcome you on stage. I actually understood, Chris, that you came up with the idea for this software while you were working as a CEO for another company. Is that right?
That's correct.
Right. Okay, wonderful. So love to hear your story. Would love to hear more about Inspire. So please put your slide deck up, and once you're ready, I'm going to start timing.
All right. Let me pick my slide deck here. Window, entire screen. Okay, we'll do that.
This is all going from your time. No, I'm just kidding.
It says issue with browser permissions.
Oh, okay.
We try one more thing.
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. I'm sure that the technical assistance has picked up on your request and might be able to help there.
Okay, try this. We might have it. There we go.
Wonderful. Okay, time is starting right now.
How much time I got? 4 minutes? 3? All right. Thanks, everybody. This is Chris Wellerman. I'm in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. This is a picture near our headquarters. And Inspire is an application focused on OKRs, but we also pull in continuous performance management and applied leadership with several other modules. So what we learned is in the company that I led I started it in 97. It was a large software company, and we hit this kind of flat growth area, and we were starting to see our engagement drop. And most concerning to us is we were seeing some retention issues. So we wanted to solve this with OKRs. And what we learned along the way is that we can really bring in some continuous performance models. So we worked with Ken Blanchard with situational leadership. Everybody I think knows about what matters, and John Doerr, and he talks about continuous performance. It's really a great way to execute your OKRs. And we partnered up with Paul Niven, who's a really good author on OKRs and strategy. And so our strategy was really to improve retention and improve our growth. And so what we saw by using this, implementing our own software, Inspire, is in our first year, we saved about $3.3 million by saving a lot of people from leaving, and our engagement improved, and we got back up to our double-digit growth. And so what we really learned in being able to do these things is it takes leaders at all levels. And so leadership development applied, it's not just a place to store your OKRs and a place to update your progress, but a way to be able to have leaders like tag their OKRs on, here's where I have needs in my development, and the managers become better coaches when they're having their one-on-one meetings. And so we also, in the last year, have brought a lot of AI into all of the modules in our app, which is helping create better quality OKRs, having better coaching sessions in the one-on-one, as well as in performance. If you decide you want to do like performance appraisals, all your OKR performance data gets integrated into AI, and it just makes it a lot quicker and a lot higher quality. So some of the modules we have a really good strategy approach on kind of a timeline view, performance reviews, talent assessments. The applied learning, again, was really a key to our success. And the one-on-ones, what we as employees are going through and executing their OKRs, having a really good place to talk about their OKR progress and the coaching they need. So we are at inspiresoftware.com. Lots of clients that are seeing similar success, and happy to get in touch and connect with you and give you a demo of our software. And again, it's a fun time to be in OKRs because all of the tools out there, integrations with things like Jira and Azure DevOps, and everything in the HR tech suite essentially is really important to make sure it works in the flow of work. And then you've got some good AI to really assist in the generation. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Chris, for your pitch. It was good to hear. I would love to Victor back up on stage so that we can facilitate a little Q&A between the two of you. And Victor's here as well, I see. So we have the first question that I see is, do any of the tools help with capacity planning for team resource use around OKR delivery and project management? Chris, do you want to answer that first?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have a module for planning that integrates with either Outlook or Jira Suite, and allows you to kind of plan tasks against OKRs, as well as pulling in Jira into your key results. So if you're already doing tasking and project management in Jira or Azure DevOps or other tools, we have a lot of integrations that allow you to do that. And it's definitely, you don't want to duplicate effort by counting things twice. So you definitely want to do integration.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And Victor, how about for you?
Yeah, so we are mainly focused on OKR planning and not capacity planning, but we have special feature called JQL integration. So you can utilize any other Jira application for capacity planning. For example, Advanced Roadmap, Jira Advanced Roadmap, or any other tool like Tempo, which is really nice. And you will be able to pull data from our application using JQL and then see all these capacity things on that tool.
Right.
So yeah, we have integration point to use any other tools for capacity planning.
Cool. And Victor, just to ask you next, how about flexibility in OBoard? Is that something that is that's in the tool integrated? For example, can you define your own cadences, or are you limited to things like doing OKRs per quarter?
No. We operate in 5 years, and we solve all these small problems far away from this time. So you are able to define your cycles, your OKR levels, your even you can set the workspaces. In 1 week, we're going to launch the custom fields, so you will be able to attribute by your own custom fields OKRs. It's really important feature for large enterprises to be able to use advanced attribution, because they have large amount of OKRs and key results because of the big teams.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. And Chris, for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the strategy level, most of our clients will define it by year-long, kind of long-term key results, and then break it up into either quarters, trimesters, twice a year. But it is customized cycles at the strategy level and OKR level. So we're finding more people are doing trimesters because you have that extra month between quarters to really get your planning and communication down.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and we have a next question from Aspen that I'm gonna both ask you to answer. Most current OKR tools can enforce unwanted top-down control mechanisms and bureaucracy that are contrary to what separates OKR from traditional MBO. What do you do to actually avoid this? Chris.
Sure. So we really encourage, as you're presenting your corporate strategy out to your company, your teams, your leaders, to help them understand how to best align up. So, most OKR software, including ours, allows you to cascade down, top down. But we find that when somebody inherits that, they're not always bought in to being fully committed to it. Whereas when they're able to create their own OKR at the team level or department level and align up to the strategy or the corporate key results, from key result to key result, that's the way that we get a lot more buy-in and involvement, engagement.
Okay, right. And let me see, Victor.
In our applications, we allow people to build quite flexible OKR structure. So you can use several breakdown models. One of them, it's a classic hierarchical approach when you have company OKR, then department OKR, then team OKR, but also the companies are able to use flexible flat structure when you can align team, group, personal or department OKRs directly with the company OKRs. So the structure can be really flexible. We're not limiting you to build the strict classic hierarchical model.
Okay, thank you so much. Because we have another session up next that is going to be on the main stage as well. I want to make sure there's enough time for that and for people to go there. I would like to thank you both so much for your contribution.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having me.